Well, good morning. As we begin this morning, I want to start out and just share with you, we find ourselves in perilous times. But truth be known, since the beginning of the world, it's been perilous times. There's always been something. And there's a lot of fear and there's a lot of anxiety. And I just want to share a couple things with you this morning that I hope will calm your fears and calm your anxiety, because God is in control. Two things I want to share with you. I want to remind you about the bubonic plague. And back in 1365, over 25 million Europeans died. And when you put Europe and Asia together, it was somewhere between 75 million and 200 million. In Asia, we don't have the accurate statistics, but we know within that parameter. That's a lot of folks. But did the church give up? Did the church stop being the church? I think Martin Luther's response to the plague was probably the best I've ever heard. So I want to read it to you. This comes from Luther's Works, volume 43, page 132. And this is what he says about the plague, and I think we can apply it to where we are today. He says, "I shall ask God mercifully to protect us. Then I shall fumigate, I'll purify the air, administer medicine, and I'll take it. I shall avoid places and persons where my presence is not needed, in order not to become contaminated, and then perchance inflict and pollute others and cause their death as well as a result of my negligence. If God wished to take me, he will surely find me, and I will have done what he has expected of me, so that I will not be responsible either for my own death or the death of others. But if my neighbor needs me, however, I will not avoid place or person. I shall go directly as I stated above." See, this is a God-fearing faith because it's neither brash nor foolhardy, and it does not tempt God. And that's where I want to encourage us today to walk, is with a faith that is a God-fearing faith, because God is the one that is in control. And so God can control whether we get it, whether we get healed from it, or he heals us by calling us home. It's all in his arena. And so, therefore, today, I don't have a problem with us holding church. Because for those who are not at church, I support their decision. They need to make their decisions wisely. And for you, I want you to make your decisions wisely as the weeks unfold. But I want us to make sure that we understand our health and our life is in the hands of God. And he's the one who has always taken care of us, and he will take care of us in the future. We're looking for security today. And I found that in Psalm 91. Let me just read the first 12 verses to you, and I hope this will help us to really kind of get a handle on this is what our perspective ought to be. Security for the one who really trusts in the Lord. He said, "He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will abide in the shadow of the Almighty. And I will say to the Lord, my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. For it is he who delivers you from the snare of the trapper and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with his wings." And by the way, that cover you with his wings, the word that's used there means those soft feathers on the inside. In other words, he's going to hold you right up to his heart. He's going to take care of you. He will cover you with his wings, and under his wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness is a shield and a bulwark. You will not be afraid of the terror by night, or the arrow that flies by day, of the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, or the destruction that lays waste at noon. 1,000 may fall at your side, and 10,000 at your right hand, but you shall not be approached. You will only look at it with your eyes, and you will see the recompense of the wicked. For you have made the Lord my refuge, even the Most High, your dwelling place. And evil will not befall you, nor will any plague come near your tent. For he will give his angels charge over you, to guard you in all of your ways. They will bear you up with their hands, that you might not strike your foot against a stone. There are so many different scriptures we could read throughout Proverbs and throughout Psalms and throughout the Old Testament and New Testament that over and over and over again tell us that God is the one to put our faith and trust in. And that's what we need to do. We need to realize, doesn't matter what the media says. Is this a serious virus? Yes, it is. Are many people losing their life? Yes, they are. But it doesn't change the fact that God is still in control. And I go back to my statement I've said so many times, and that is this. Nobody's going to take my life 1 second before God wants it. And I'm not going to extend it 1 second after he wants it. He's in control. We need to trust him, trust in his care, because he never will let us down.